Welcome if you're new here, welcome back if you've been here before. This is Chapstick, cotton candy scented and flavored. I'm excited today because I had talked about the three Bordeaux Bliss eyeshadow palettes from Pat McGrath from that collection. And so if you know, you know, and if not, it'll just be a secret. So, but we're going to use two of the palettes. We're going to use Lunar Nightshade. We're going to mix them up, and we're also going to use, y'all see my face, I'm excited to see how this turns out. And this is Bordeaux Bliss. So we're going to be using both of these palettes for today's look. I'm excited. We're going to be using 3 shades from each palette. I have notes here, and I feel like I might kind of confuse myself. The whole face is done. So we're going to prime the lid and get into the intro. Oh, we used up our travel size Fenty primer that I opened May 28th. So this is done. So now we're just going back to using a full size. And I do have a brand new Fenty primer on standby. And even though there's some down here and up here, for me, once I start scraping, it gets really dry. It's very drying. And so I don't take the stopper out any longer. I just scrape until I get tired of scraping, and then I just toss it. But as long as it comes out smooth like it is now, I know I can, work with it without any problems. But when I put it on and it's dry and it's patchy, that's when it interferes with my eyeshadow placement. So on to the intro. Hello, my name is Dion. I call this the crazy troll nation of YouTube. The crazy, because sometimes I say I'm gonna do the intro and then I forget I got an intro to do. You just witnessed that. And the troll part is not caring too much about the beauty community standards. You set the standard for yourself. Wear whatever you want to wear, using whatever brand and using whatever technique, because you need to be satisfied with how your makeup looks. You set the standard for yourself. I said that part already, didn't I? Yes, I really feel like I did. The bottom line here is self-acceptance and self-love, embracing your natural features, enhancing them if you want to, when you want to, but never feeling like you have to. Love yourself for who you are and for how you look, even when you're not wearing face paint. So that's what the concept of the Crazy Troll Nation is. It's just knowing it's okay to be your authentic self, wearing what you want to wear, and just rocking it, because that's what we do. Loving yourself above and beyond other stuff. Take care of yourself. I don't know what I was going to say. I am out of it today. When am I not, right? 2 things I need to let you know if you are new here. I do curse sometimes in videos because I curse sometimes, period. And there's an organism that lives in my throat, so I randomly hiccup, gurgle, and belch in videos. I do always excuse me. Lower lash line. Sephora 12-hour retractable waterproof eyeliner in the shade is 04 Matte Terracotta. Same thing for brows we always use. I'm not even gonna get into the rest of the face because y'all know the stuff I have if you've been here for any length of time. We're using Esom brushes today. We're going to be using, and the brushes don't matter, but just in case you're not familiar with how they look, because you see me use these quite often. These are the V27, and we're also going to use the V33. The font is in silver, and so is the handle. It's like right here, so that's why I'm like, And we're going to be using the Fenty 220 brushes, so that's what those look like. You're very noticeable against my tan skin, right? There we go. And we may also use a Makeup Geek brush just to buff out lower lash line, and a MAC 210 for eyeliner. Again, the brushes don't matter. So we're going to get started. Let me look at my notes. Okay, Lunar Nightshade. We're going to take this shade on the inner portion of the lid. Yo, I was looking at these like, I don't know. And so if you have any of these, let me know your thoughts on them. Oh my gosh, I love this palette. Y'all, I'm going through things. I'm wanting to do another declutter. The problem is, I really like everything I have. And the reason I'm thinking of doing another radical declutter is, even though I like everything I have, I'm just not using it all. And I'd rather give stuff away when it still has life left in it. You know what I'm saying? And so I've been wanting to do one now for a while. Well, I should say another one. But every time I look at the palettes I haven't used in a while, I'm like, but they're so awesome. But then what's the sense in keeping them if they're just going to be sitting here when somebody else would have it and use it? or they would just store it, because some people do admit to being makeup hoarders, which I don't condone, but hey, whatever, you know, gives you peace of mind in your day-to-day life, I'm all for it. So don't think I'm judging anybody, because I'm really not. So that's that shade. Now we're going to take, oh goodness, that was Neptune Orchid. And now we're going to take the one next to it, which is Noor Nebula, this shade here. So we're going dark really quick, y'all. So I'm excited how this is going to come out. And my thought for my Radical Declutter was some of my quints and 6-pan palettes, just because I don't gravitate to them, because y'all know I want to do all the things, you know, put on all the colors, you know, try new things, new color combinations, and just being like, let's just put it here and see what happens. Sort of like what we're doing today. These two look nice together. I am overlapping where the two shades meet. And so that's kind of where I am with that. Like, do I just hold on to them for like a just in case? And even though some of the palettes are good for travel, I don't travel that often. And so they are easy for pickup, do a look, you know, but it's like, how often am I going to do that? And there are some that I do just favor over others because of ease of use, as far as not being messy. I don't have to be like, okay, let me not take this brush. If I'm gonna take this palette, I need to use these brushes because of the formula, that type of thing. And so I'm just really thinking about how realistic is it that I'm going to really use the stuff that I haven't been using. And it's hard because I do like them, and I know a lot of people will just be like, if you like it, keep it. But if it's not being used, it's just going to sit here and die, and somebody else can be using it until it dies. And so I always want to give stuff away when it has life left into it, and not when, you know, it's about to die, because I do want stuff to be used, and if not by me, then by someone else. And so yeah, I'm not sure. And the things I'm thinking of getting rid of, as I said, are some of my 6-pans and some of my quints. And if you know what I have, which that went up way too far, and that is very stark, then you probably already have an idea of some of the palettes I'm talking about. But I'm really torn because I really do like what I have. That came out really harsh. We're going to take a shadow, a brush with no shadow on it, and I don't want to like buff it upward, so I'm just like brushing over kind of harshly. You see my skin moving because I want to tone it down. Oh gosh, and the tone down here, but the line, I wanted to tone down that line. So we're going to put some of it back where we made the patch. So we're going to just put this here. And it kind of looks like it did before, so we did that for nothing. I did not mean to take that up that high either, like honestly. Because we do have a shade to put up there and a fluffy blending brush. So, okay. So let's just put that brush away because we done messed up. Now we're going to pick up Bordeaux Bliss. And we're going to take Ruby Noor. Ruby Noor. Wait a minute, Ruby Noor is this shade. So that's gonna go in the outer corner. So if you have these palettes, let me know what you think of them. Let me know if you have paired them together or if you just, you know, just use them on their own. And I really like these two because it's dark, you see this, right? So this one surprised me. I really felt like I was gonna like, Lunar Nightshade, but when I tried this one, Bordeaux Bliss, I was just like, what? I was really shocked. This is like super dark. This is not, it's not looking how I thought it was, and that's because I took that center shade up too far. And so I don't really know what to do about it, because you saw I tried to tone it down and it just did not tone down. I may take that inner corner shade again and maybe overlap a little bit more towards the center, just so it has some lightness, because this is, but then y'all know I like a dark look, but this center shade is blending into the outer corner shade, and so it's just looking like just a dark mess. And I like dark, I do, but this is not an intention excuse me, troll. This is not an intentional darkness because I did think it was going to come out a little bit lighter. And this is definitely like a grungy look. I am going to, and I put that brush away, but this had that first shade on it. We're going to go back to this shade, excuse me for the glare, and we're going to overlap that some more. Or I could take one of these other shades. These layer really well too, look at that. Oh, I could have took another shade and just placed there, but these two surprised me how they just really blend into like the same shade. I didn't expect that to happen. But so that's where I'm at with these palettes. And these shades, they are just so creamy and so smooth. So let me know if you do radical declutters. Like, do you declutter stuff that you like just because you're not using it and you just would prefer like somebody else to use it? And I know my under my brow is looking harsh. I do know that. So now we're going to take from Bordeaux Bliss this palette, and we're going to take Mauve Mystique, which is, let me see which one it is. Mauve Mystique. I do not like, I think it's this one under our brow, because it's second from the end, and I know this is Ruby Noir, so this is Mauve Mystique, but I'm thinking we need a smaller brush than this one, so I'm going to put this away, and we're going to take a taper brush, whatever I grab first, which happens to be a Scott Barnes number 62 brush, so that we can just tap straight into it, and we're not even going to tap off. We're going to place that up here, and hopefully it will also allow us to blend, but I'm wondering if I need another brush to like blend on that line, because this is looking like super freaking harsh, and I don't know, this isn't working. I took my lid shades up too far. So what I could do, damn, that ain't cute, even for a troll. So I am still just taking more and bringing it down further to see if it is going to blend, but it's not. So these shades do just show up as they are. That's this shade right here. So it's showing up really nice under my brow, but it's not helping to blend any. And we don't have any other matte shades to choose from either one of these palettes. Excuse me for the glares. So I'm like, what are we gonna do? And I could just take, we're going to try something funky, like for real. We're going to take this LaRouche brush, and I just dropped it, and here's the clean one. This LaRouche brush, and damn it, we're going to take this shade here, and this shade is Platinum Rosewater. This was not in the plan, but I'm gonna put this on the line, on that harsh line, because I want to see if it's going to blend it, or at least make it look like it's blended, and I kind of think it does, and it does blend into the brow bone shade. So you know what, yeah, it did do it, and it's because it's shiny too. I think if it was a matte, I don't think it would have did that. Again, that's this shade right here, and it is a shimmer shade. Sorry for poking you in the eye with my brush. And so we are putting it on the line. Yeah, y'all wasn't liking it, and I'm like, we're gonna just try something else. And so it is bringing it down, but I do think it's toning down the harshness of the line, and I do think just because this is a shimmer, and so you're seeing the light bounce off of it versus just that stark line that we had. I learned something new today. I hope you did too. So this is what we have, and I kind of want to like just feather a little bit here. I did not add more on the brush, and there's none on the side of the brush, so I'm going to tap very lightly on both sides of the brush, and on this side we're just going to pull this here. I don't know how to, I don't know. And me saying I don't know is I don't know what I think about it. And so we're just, I don't know if it's softening it some or what it's doing, but we're doing it. So this is what we have. Thumbs up for trying new things and trying to make it work, because I really didn't like how harsh that was looking. Even for me, that was like super harsh. And so actually we're going to keep that brush out. So now we're going to take, we're going back to Lunar Nightshade, and we're going to take Pale Amethyst. And Pale Amethyst is the one in the center. So this is Pale Amethyst right here. And that's going to go on the first half of our lower lash line. And so, did I tell you? Yeah, I did tell y'all what was under there on my lower lash line. So that's just going to go right here. And it's not coming off too much. Okay. Because it's a tapered brush and I need a flat edge to pick up the shadow. And so I am just kind of swiping and not tapping off and just kind of sweeping it under my lash line. Okay, it's there. I can see it. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. So somebody will be excited. There's always a lot of information down below. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and do that and click the notification bell. There's a reason behind that. So if you know, you know. There's always lots of links down below as well. What else am I feel like I'm missing? I'm saying feel free to share my videos, you know, on your community tab. Like there's a share button. If you just click share, that's an easy way to share anybody's videos, not just mine, but anybody's. The link for joining is below if you want to do that. Because I have some questions and I'm trying to figure stuff out, and so I'm going to be leaning on my subscribers again to answer those questions. And now we're going to go back to Bordeaux Bliss, and we're going to take Sunset, Naked Sunset, which is the center shade. So that's this one, and we're going to put this on the outer portion of our lower lash line. These palettes do go well together, and I am glad that we were able to soften that line down. Even though we didn't soften it, we just blurred it by putting that shimmer on top of it, and I am really glad that that worked. And these palettes are not messy. The shimmer formulas in these palettes are very creamy, and I do really like them. But and as much as I like them, and as much as I like the color story, I just don't use them that often. So I'm just like, I don't know. So we're gonna take this brush that had this shade on it, and we're not adding any more. We're just going to just sweep underneath. So if there's any loose particles, that will take care of that. Excuse me, we are going to take a red for our upper lash line because that'll tie in with the lower lash line. I do really like this look, y'all. Y'all know me with dark looks. I love it. I love it. I love it. So we're going to take, it trips me out how my hairline is just so dark. And I did take the clippers again. This is Inglot number 79. I did take my clippers again just to make sure like I wasn't missing it when I, you know, cut my hair. But yeah, nothing was shaving off. Like my hairline is really just darker than my scalp. It's just really strange because to me it looks strange. And so, because before I used to think, oh wow, I put on too much bronzer. But then even after I wash my face, I'm just like, oh, it's just darker there, which I think is just strange. And so, yeah, so that is, oh, that's not even showing up that much over the darkness in that outer corner shade. I really like these, and I need to figure out a way to use these quints more, because I just don't reach for them. And I do have a habit of just using a palette for what it is and not using a palette as a companion. For me, that's an option. And so even if I was going somewhere, I'm like, am I just going to want to just use these shades? And if I just took it, then I would. But other stuff is just a little easier to use. Even though these are easy, I do need to take the Esom brushes though, because these shadows are so creamy, which is not a problem. But I think about when I'm packing, you know, how many brushes do I want to take? You know what I mean? So we're going to do a wing. So I just don't know. I don't regret the purchase. And again, I really do like these quints. I was going to say quads. Quads are 4, quints are 5. And I really, really do like the formula. I really do like the looks I've done with it. I like this look a lot too. It almost got away from me. I caught it. I think I'm getting better at doing straight wings without the accidental swoosh, but then there are times when it still does accidentally swoosh. You can't even really see that red. Wow. So we're going to Queen Museum. I really don't think this mascara is making any difference, and it's been over a month, and they say 42 days you'll see a noticeable difference in length. I first used this April 14th. Today is May 17th. No, it's not. I think it might be the 18th. It's a Sunday, I know that. But I'm gonna say it's been a little under a month, because every day I don't do looks. Almost every day I do. So we could still say about a month. But and a month is 30 days or 31. But I'm not seeing any difference. When Grace first used it, she noticed a difference. And so it's just something with me with my lashes, I think. If you have tried this mascara, or if it was sent to you, because as I was watching people's videos, like there's quite a few people that did receive this from the brand. If you have it, let me know your thoughts on it. Like, do you notice a difference if it has been, you know, the 42 days? But I'm not noticing a difference in my lashes looking longer. Not at all. And in front of a dark eyeshadow look, you don't see it at all, which any mascara you wouldn't, because it's dark. Because the eyeshadow is dark and the mascara is black. So we're going to wipe off some chapstick. I'm trying to figure out right now, like, what shadow do I want to tap over top of the black lipstick? Because I know I'm thinking of this one because it would just add sparkle. That's what I'm thinking. And part of me, or maybe this one just to lighten it up because the eyeshadow look is so dark. Part of me was thinking not to buy lip glosses anymore. Except I really like how I did the ombre lip with the Fenty cream gloss bombs I have. And reason being, I was thinking of not buying lip glosses anymore. Oh, shoot. Because I do like topping lipstick with a shadow. And sometimes that gives me the look that I want. The only thing is if I do that, am I going to take that shadow with me to freshen up later? And also, some glosses break down the mateness of the lipstick, and then the lipstick will start to bleed. Whereas when I use an eyeshadow, it doesn't do that, because the eyeshadow is not emollient like the gloss is. So that's my thought on that. I love this, y'all. I do not have to double dip with this. So what shadow are we going to top this with? That is the question. I could do this, but I think it'll just make it shiny. I don't think it's going to show up like it does here. This look is way darker than I thought. I'm really liking it, and I like how that shimmer toned down that harsh line. Or we can use, let's just use this center shade, because I think that's the first one that we said we were going to do. And this one is Naked Sunset. So this center shade, we're going to tap on the lip. And, but you know what? I still have not used this single MAC shadow. And this might be nice topped over something too. This is a Dazzle shadow. And the shade is Dazzle Style. And so it's like a bright shimmer. I have not even used that yet. And I've had it for so long. Oh, that's vampy. I've had it so long I thought of just giving it away because it's just been sitting here. So you see what I'm saying about putting a gloss over top of it versus a shadow, because a shadow is dry compared to a gloss. Oh man, I like this. And I think it does add something to the look, so it's not just completely dark. And we do have the red underneath, and we have our brow bone shade. So it does tie in to the eyeshadow look. Trying to make sure I'm not missing any spots, which means I should have used a smaller brush. Bigger is not always better. I like this lip. I like this look. I'm gonna show y'all this MAC shadow really quick, and I found it at Marshall's, I think, or TJ Maxx or something. And these go for the potted ones. Single compacts go for $23 in the store, but this was like, I think, either $8 or $9, and it's really pretty. You see how shiny it is. And so maybe I'll use this over lip one day, and that just might be what I take with me when I travel, but I have never used it yet. So we're gonna do our pictures really, really quick. I just realized I don't like how this is so far down because it looks like it's dragging my eye down. So I did come down too far with the outer corner shades, and I didn't notice it till I did this, and I'm just like, But let's y'all be tripping. I'm gonna hold up these two palettes again together so that we can see the color stories together. And actually, this may be our thumbnail. Let me turn my ring around. So here we go. Thank you for bearing with me with that. Again, let me know what you think. So we've used 4 shades out of Bordeaux Bliss and 3 shades out of Lunar Nightshade. And this is what we got. We got this super dark, smoky, grungy eyeshadow look, and you can't even see the red liner. You can see a little bit on the wing, but not much. And I thought to use like Contemplative State or like one of the mustard shades I have, Couture or something, but I thought it would be too like bam. But now I'm like, I could have used that. I love the lip. I do think it ties in. I think it adds a little bit more color. The base face is kind of on the neutral side. I picked a blush at random, and it was Hibiscus Haze, which to me is just a kind of natural flush. And we have Golden Pyrite for a highlighter chosen at random, and the regular House Labs bronzers. And so that is this look. Make sure you read down below. Thank you for being here. Make sure you're subscribed. Tell a friend, but only if they actually watch videos, because what happens is when people just, you know, subscribe, because some people will subscribe to help you out, subscribing to you from their other YouTube channels, but it affects your watch time. So you'll grow with subscribers, but your watch time will stay the same because they're not watching from all the channels. And I'm not suggesting you watch all the videos from separate channels. I'm just saying that even subscribing, it helps a lot, but also watch time helps a lot too. And so it goes hand in hand, watch time and subscribers. And I've seen some channels where they had 4,000 subscribers, but they didn't have the watch time. And so subscribing is one thing, subscribing and watching is something different. And so I would love for you to subscribe and to watch, and leave comments and thumbs up or thumbs down. Share my videos, join. That is always a wonderful thing. Become a part of the official Troll Kin fam. And yeah, I thank you for that. And I do thank you again for those of you who do use my codes and links, because that money does go back into the channel. And so thank you so much for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you. Yeah, I saw it moving. It was bothering me. So that'll be it for this video. Thank you so much. And as always, self-acceptance, self-love. That is the Crazy Troll Nation way. Thank you, and you will see me soon.